Hey guys, I've found myself here with a bit of downtime. Don't really know what to do with myself, so I thought I'd make a video. It's been quite a while actually. I think maybe like early March before I put anything up. Part of that is just with all the drama going on, in the tragedy with the coronavirus. I felt kind of silly, like talking about my school amidst all of this. Um, and then time just passes. So I hope whoever watches this is doing all right. It's been quite a trip for just about everybody in the world. I mean, it's unprecedented, really, that for something to literally impact everyone's life everywhere in the planet. It's pretty amazing in one hand if it weren't so destructive. But it looks like we're getting through the worst of it. Like people are gonna come through okay. It's I don't know. I don't think anybody knows, let alone me, how things are going to play out with the economy and what the new global landscape is going to look like. But I imagine there's going to be a lot more companies going remote. So right now at the university, we're actually teaching our classes online, and we've got an email from the office last night saying that the university is buying a year-long contract, like some kind of special, like enterprise level Zoom account. So that's kind of telling. Whether we'll still be doing that in a year or not is another thing. But it is nice, it's nice to be able to just handle business from one location in this nice, comfortable chair. It makes a difference having a comfortable chair. This is actually a gaming chair, so it's like amazingly comfortable. You don't realize it until you sit in like a normal chair for a couple hours and you're like, this sucks. But yeah, I digress. So my school has had some ups and downs over March and April. It's May 1st right now at the time of filming. And it looks like the schools are going to stay closed at least till the 27th of this month, so effectively another month. So I've built a new page on my website kind of geared towards taking things online in the event that should come to pass. I'm a little bit torn still because it seems like enough students are going to come anyways that it might not be worth it. But my fear is that if I, say, okay, everyone come online, some students might be like, it's too much trouble. We'll just come back, when schools are open. So that could actually backfire. I know a few schools have been going online. So it might be smart to just ask the parents, would you like the idea of doing lessons online instead of just saying across the board, we're doing lessons online, because you really want to make sure your clientele are on board with you with anything you decide to do with your business. So we'll see. I'm gonna probably fire off some messages tonight, and if to all my students and their parents, that is, and if there's enough interest, like 70% plus, say yes, absolutely. And I'd have to be closer to like 90% plus. Then we'll do it. It's pretty much ready to go. I just have to set up the Zoom scheduled meetings, which is like 20 minutes of work. I spent probably an hour or two building the new web page, or the new page on the website actually. Sorry, mosquito came in here. So we'll see. I've been really, really lucky that the university classes started in April. Otherwise, I'd be getting by, but it would be very tight, and I'd have to kind of not be able to give my family as much money as I should, which is not a good feeling as a father and a husband. You kind of want to be pulling your own weight, and it's a very hard feeling when you can't do that. I was in that situation when I opened my school first, and it's normal when you start a business. But luckily at that time I was doing weddings, and it was quite busy actually in the springs and autumn. I was able to put money away and I don't know, looking back, it was a pretty crazy thing to do, start a business like that. But it was the thing to do for sure. But now, you get up to a certain level and it starts to feel normal. You start feeling like, of course I make this much a month, and of course I can buy this, and of course I can give my family this. And when that gets threatened, it's very, very, very scary. And I'm sure, we all know that. And this, the coronavirus thing, it's really got me thinking. So while I'm running this business and stuff, I'm really going to get serious about getting my software development skills up and get a job doing it, preferably as a developer. Although more realistically, I'm probably going to have to find something more support related, like handling tickets with customers and stuff, and potentially getting slowly but surely more involved in development work, because it takes a lot to become a competent developer. You need a lot of basically nurturing and mentorship from senior devs and whatnot. But I think that's the way to go. So right now I'm basically teaching English as my main income, and then once in a blue moon I'll get some kind of job building a website or something. And I'm in and around that I'm building my skill set. But I think I need to do the opposite, where some kind of development related work is the main thing, and then teaching English is a side gig, because there will always be chances to teach classes and pick up work here and there. But the issue is, as I've mentioned many times, is it's not sustainable into old age. It's not a very transferable skill. I can't, once the planes start flying again, at least, I couldn't go back to the States and say, hey, I'm an English teacher, and get a job right out of the door. It's only valuable in certain locales. And I've been doing it now for how long? 12 years now. More, 12 years in a couple months. So that's good. It's been a challenge. It's paid the bills, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like having a skill and starting to build my resume doing something that is globally applicable and very high, very well paying. If you're really good, you can make well above $100,000 a year. But that's probably, most people, I don't want to put a figure on it, but it's probably somewhere between 5 and 10 years of like consistent professional work before you start getting up to that salary bracket. But that's not really that important right now. My point is, it's time to have another iron in the fire, so to speak, that I can fall back on and I can use to kind of develop a better future for my family. It'd be nice to be able to just travel more and also challenge myself, and that's another thing. The part of the deal with starting this school was it was a way to get out from just the drudgery of being canned in an office with less than really ideal people. I don't mean to speak ill, but if you have bad coworkers, that impacts your life so much. And I'm really not the type that can just deal with that. So that was one big reason. The other one was also okay, look, just do it. Challenge yourself, And now I feel like the challenge element is kind of lacking. So that's not good. I don't think it's good to always feel complacent, or kind of like a plant, where you're just kind of chilling and doing your job day in, day out, and not really learning or growing. I like to feel like I have something I'm really working on and something I'm really interested in, and that's helping me improve cognitively and professionally. And English teaching just isn't cutting it. But the nice thing is, it's sustainable. I could keep the situation going for, I don't know, at least another 3 to 5 years, I think, before I would start looking at the clock and thinking, dang, dude, you're in your early 40s, what are you going to do? So I'm lucky to have that, where I can kind of have a base that provides an income and then branch out from there. I've said that a lot in other videos, I'm going to try this now. But this time it's legit. I've got to change things up, and hopefully end up in a situation where I'm working from home or from here, have a teacher here, and I'm building something for the future that's a little more valuable than being an ESL teacher. As prestigious as some might think it is to have your own school, there's a peak, there's a kind of season for things. So I feel like the seasons are changing, and this coronavirus thing is definitely a big wake-up call, because if you're working remotely, it doesn't really matter where you are or where you can or can't go, and it's a very useful skill. So anyways, I'm jabbering. I'm gonna put this video up, and hope everyone out there is okay, getting through this all right. Until next time.